What's up, guys? It's Rob here, and we need to talk about Pfizer stock, which has seen some pretty crazy action today. Let's take a look at the chart. You can see that over the past 2 days, this stock has just been plummeting, which does not make any sense considering the amazing news that's been coming out for them as of late, right? They just got full FDA approval for their vaccine, and their vaccine is being mandated in the Pentagon for US military personnel and in many companies across many different states. So why is this stock dropping? Well, let's take a look at the long term and see what's been going on with this stock over a longer time period. So you can see that they have been actually trapped in a range for quite a while. You can see they've just kind of been trading in this range right here and just bouncing around. And lately, over the past month just about, they have been shooting up. And now they're actually pumping down a little bit. So what I suspect has happened with this stock over the past month is potentially some institutions got word that, they applied for their vaccine to be fully approved by the FDA. Everyone knew that, really, but some institutions may have known for sure, like, hey, this thing is going through, and been buying up this stock. And now that this stock is pumped up from, 30 days ago, we were at $39. And just recently, we were hitting highs of 51. It's potentially possible that some institutions are selling their shares that they bought about a month ago for a hefty profit of about, 10, between 10 and 20%. So, that's a real possibility of what's going on here. And that isn't going to be a sustained drop, in my opinion, right? Potentially institutions are pushing this thing down because they know a bunch of retail traders have been buying the stock on this news, and they want to push the stock price down to discourage retail traders so that the retail traders will then sell their shares back to them for a cheaper price than they bought them, right? The institutions are selling their shares right here, pushing the stock down. Retail's buying right here, and the institutions are then pushing this stock down. Retail's going to get they're going to get worried eventually, right? They're going to start worrying, hey, why is this stock dumping? I don't understand this stock, and they're going to sell out. Now, I'm not saying you should sell. I'm not saying you should buy. I'm not saying you should hold. You have to do your own research with regard to that, right? And assess your own risk tolerance. But I'm just putting forth a potential situation where the institutions are maybe, not directly manipulating the price, but potentially they're selling some shares with the intent of pushing the price down so that they can buy them back for cheaper later. Because it makes zero sense with all the great news that we're just about to go over with Pfizer stock, why this stock would be dropping when such amazing news is coming out. First of all, the PE is only 20 on this stock, right? Pfizer's PE is 20, their price earnings ratio. And when you look at a stock like Moderna, does a very similar thing to Pfizer. They don't even have full FDA approval yet. Their PE is 47. So that means that Pfizer could more than double in price and still not have a PE the same as Moderna's. So that's a very interesting statistic to look at. Now, Pfizer has also had some great news coming out for them over the past day. The Swiss just ordered COVID-19 booster shots. So they ordered about 14 million doses of this Pfizer vaccine, and that is great as a source of recurring revenue, right? These are booster shots. So Pfizer could potentially not just be selling these once, but be selling them again in a couple of months to the Swiss and to many others. Now, some not great news for Pfizer, right? It's decent news for the world, is Moderna just completed their filing for full FDA approval for their vaccine. So, this is still going to take some time, right? Moderna is not quite ready to get it yet. It is going to take probably a couple of weeks, if not a couple of months, to have this thing actually go through. The FDA has to do whatever testing they're going to do on the vaccine and whatever analysis they need to do. They're going to have to spend some time doing that. So this isn't going to happen too quickly, but it is not great news for Pfizer that another company is filing for full FDA approval, because the sooner that happens, the sooner they actually get it, the sooner more people will be willing to get the Moderna instead of the Pfizer. Now, something that's very interesting that the CEO of Pfizer has just said is that COVID could evolve to evade the Pfizer vaccine. And this, at surface level doesn't sound like good news, but it's actually very good news for Pfizer, because it means that they'll be able to adjust their vaccine to these variants and sell more shots, right? That's what they want. They want to sell more shots. So it's actually better for them if COVID does evolve into different strains and ends up spreading to people who have the current vaccine, because they want to sell vaccines to those people once again, right? So they'll need booster shots, essentially different versions of the vaccine to keep them protected from different variants of COVID. So that's actually really good news for Pfizer, although it doesn't sound like it is at the surface level, but it actually is really good news. So this stock, I don't think has any reason to be dropping 2%, as no business dropping over 2% 2 days in a row. I think this stock is a pretty good buy, in my opinion, and I don't think that this drop will be sustained, right? I do suspect that the institutions are potentially manipulating the stock price a little bit in order to get a better buy on it in the future, in the near future, probably. I can't imagine they sustain this drop for very long. I just don't think that's going to happen because Pfizer has been having such great news coming out. And, potentially some people are saying, oh, this is a buy the rumor, sell the news kind of a situation. But that mostly applies to penny stocks, I would say. I mean, sometimes you do see it with big companies like this. However, this is such big news, and it's not news that they're announcing a new product or that they're making some changes within the company. It's direct news that they are going to be selling more and their revenues are going to be higher and they're going to be worth more as a company. So it just doesn't make sense for this stock to be dropping as it has been over the past 2 days. I think that we are due for a bounce, and a fairly large one at that, when we do start to see it. So that's what I have for you guys today on Pfizer. And if you guys enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. I make these kind of stock analysis videos all the time. So if you've liked this, then consider subscribing. No pressure to if you don't want to, but if you do, I would greatly appreciate it. And another thing I will mention is you can get 2 free stocks on Webull valued up to $2,300 if you click the link in the description and set up an account. You get the first one absolutely for free. You don't even have to deposit money. The second stock comes in if you deposit $5, so that's a great deal. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.